to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pup Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. We are working on the McDougall Parents Quilt, and I did a little shout out and asked what people, whether we should do the 72 inch, the 32 inch, or the 12 inch, and we're doing the 72 inch, and it is 3/4 done. Almost there. We're just going to do one little section here, because what I did is I divided this into 4 sections. I did like one big square, one big square, one big square, one big square. So that was, to me, it was easiest for me to sort it out in my head than trying to go row by row by row when I want to show you part of how I got to where I was going to be. So I didn't want to just do like 3 rows, and so I did like a corner. So here's one corner. And of course, it's mixes of the purples and the grays. So it's looking a little different, but I'm loving it. So here's the one corner that we're going to do, or very similar anyways. And then I've got the other half right over there sitting on Jason's quilt already ready to go. It just needs a trimming up and the binding, and it's done. So I'm very happy how that one turned out. I hope he is too. We just have Troy's to do, the green one, which will be Long Arm Wednesday, okay? So anyways, we're going to finish this up. So I've already got my squares, my solid grays and my purple, or not my solid grays, but my grays and my purples and my half square triangles. And we're just going to sew them together. So I'm working from the top down. So I know right here I need to have 1, 2 grays together, and then a half square triangle of the gray and the purple, and a half square triangle of the gray and the purple. So I've already got that set up right here. That's my first row right down here. So here's my gray, my half square, my half square. So I'm going to go flip and sew. And these ones I'm just going to scoot down here. I was laying it out to get a more of a color perspective of what I wanted it to lay, because I don't want all these light purples in the corner. I don't want all the dark purples in a corner. I kind of want it all mixy, matchy the way it's supposed to be. So I thought, oh, this will look really cool with just the 2 tones, right? And now that I have with all these grays and these purples, I'm loving it even more. So, and then I have this lovely, it's the name tag says grayish stripy bid. I was like, is it kidding me? But no, that's really what it says. So I'm going to use this for the binding, which is completely not on the quilt at all, but it still ties it all together. And I thought about doing another, like a border, couple of borders, just to make it a bit bigger, because it's only 72 by 72. So I want it to be a big quilt. Doing a couple borders in either like this charcoaly gray, almost black sort of thing, and then a light gray. Just kind of do 2 grays and then pop, it's done. So that was the thought. We'll see. We'll see how it goes between now and next Long Arm Wednesday. So I just spent 2 days at the Quilt Canada, and I have to say, it was amazing. It was amazing. My teacher, my workshop teacher, was Sue Patton, P-A-T-T-E-N, lovely lady. I call her a little firecracker because anybody knows her, clearly she is. I did not know her or know of her before I took this course. I didn't realize she was internationally known and quilting for 18 years and yada, yada, yada. And nonetheless, very happy to learn from her. Lots of tips and tricks. Met lots of new friends. You know who you are. Much appreciated the hugs and the high fives and everything else. So, okay, so now I'm sewing those 2 grays to the half square triangles. And that will be row 1 done. There's 4 rows. I figured 4 rows with 4 blocks each. That's, 16 blocks put together. That's a good show. So, okay, so this will be my top row. Show you there. Okay. It's looking pretty. I love all the mixes like this, all this textured stuff that was in that 10 pack that Angie gave me. That was amazing. Lots and lots of textured grays in there. Okay, so now the next row is a gray, 2 purples, and a half square triangle. Okay, so here's my gray that I chose. And of course, I'm trying to get the balance out. Don't want all the lights up in one corner and all the darks in another. You gotta do your best to balance it, especially if you're mixing with all sorts of different ones, which normally you would with this, like a scrappy sort of quilt, right? If you were thinking about doing the tiny one, right? So these ones I had to cut, they're all 9.5 inch squares, okay? And then the other ones were 5 inch squares and the others were 2.5 inch squares. So that's what pretty much made up this, how you could cut for this block. Okay, so and then that goes another purple and a half square, and I want to make sure my half square is correct with my purple side going up and my gray side coming down on this side, and it is. So I'm going to sew those two together and then those two. And it's a good chance to, you know, lay it out so you can get play with your colors. Toss them here, toss them there, like that flower in the corner. Better than, you know, the more of a geometric shape, then put it in there. Hopefully those got a chance to go down. Really got a chance to see some of those quilts. Stunning. OMGs. Wow. Like, wow. Just unbelievable. It's no wonder some of them won first prize. And I learned a lot about how they do the judging of it. I had no idea they went past windows to see if you had a bunch of stitches tucked in there or threads tucked in there where you're not supposed to, and so on and so forth. They go over it with lights. Like, wow. And there was, she was telling us about a debate over 3 judges that occurred because of one stitch miss on the binding in the corner. It almost came to fisticuffs, she says. I was like, really? That's how serious this stuff is. I mean, you know, hey, they're out for, you know, and the prize is like, we're talking big bucks. We're like talking, you know, grands. All right, so now we're done your second row. We're gonna work on our third row, which is a half square triangle, a purple, a gray, and a half square triangle. Okay, so half square triangle. Make sure it's going in the correct direction that I want it to. It needs to go, that goes up in that corner. Yes, okay, there we go. So this and this. It's a good way to showcase your fabrics, like even like the fishy quilt, right? Especially if you got quite a collection. You could use a solid color for like the lighter one, a complete solid one, and then just mix up all the colored pieces, right? You know, whether purple, orange, green, blue. You still get the same design or similar design, right? All right, and now these two, a solid and a half square need to go together, but this one I need to make sure is going up in that corner, so that makes a square. All right, there we go. Third row almost done. And I picked up some new pretty threads for Walt. Got, what's this one here? Yellow Whisper, which is good because I needed it to help finish off my friend Jeanette's quilt. Amethyst, really like that one. Pistachio, which I'm allergic to nuts, but you know, I really like the color, so hopefully I won't have to have a pen. And this one was Latte. So I thought some nice neutral light colors that would probably shine on different types of fabrics. That's why I kind of chose the lighter tones. Actually, I'm gonna order a big thing of, of thread, just kind of build up my collection in the shop. Probably after the summer, I'll wait for a sale and then buy like 50 or something like that. And that way I got a nice collection. I have to honestly say, when someone said, oh, buy 2 spools when you buy one, I'm like, why? Well, if you got one on the long arm and you got to load a bobbin, you got to take that off, load the bobbin, put it back on, and you just wasted all that thread that you had on the throat and everything. So really, it makes sense to buy 2. Especially if you don't load enough bobbins in the beginning. And you got to load like just one more to finish the quilt. It'll save you a lot of headache and heartache. For what? 10, 12 bucks, you know. Okay, so that is the third row done. Da, da, da. All right, and now for the fourth one, I'm losing my pieces here, is just all half square triangles. So I gotta make sure that they are going in the correct direction before I stitch them down, or stitch them together, sorry. So that one's gonna go there. That one, I think I was mixing it up with that, no, because that one was under there. There we go, we'll do this one. That's gray there. Well, I don't have that right, hold on, Sarah. And I was actually covering up sections so I wouldn't get confused. Okay, so if that goes there, this one goes there, and this one goes here, and this one goes pretty much there. Okay, is that right? It is. Okay, I think so. Alrighty, so we'll sew these ones together. Oops, did I mess that up as I flipped it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was supposed to be the gray out and purple that way. Okay, there we go. I think we got it now. It's easy to get confused. Okay. And you always got the seam ripper, so nothing's ever permanent unless you quilt it in. Then you might as well just accept it and walk away. Because ripping out a quilt is no fun at all, ever. Okay, now to make sure that these two are going in the correct direction. Okay, so that is the gray up, purple down, purple up, gray down, purple up, gray up, purple down. Okay. And we been a wob. Oops, that doesn't feel like it's going right. Is that right? Da-da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that's right, okay. Second guess. It's always better to double check. So, when I went to go drop off the 19 quilts I had 11 big and 8 small that I'd finished up in the quilt shop since my Gildy Mary went and delivered the 10 that I had done like about a month ago. And so when I went to go drop off, it was at lunchtime because I didn't have enough time in the morning before my class started. So at lunchtime there was space, so I went out to the car, got my luggage. It literally was a big, huge green suitcase, and it was jam-packed full. Like we had to like knee on it in the morning to close it. So when I showed up with it, they were like, and then they're like, "Oh, stand there with a picture and pose and open the luggage," and I was like, "Okay." So if you see me in my blue shirt and green luggage with quilts pouring out of it, somewhere floating around there, I'd love to see the picture. But they were so ecstatic to receive them all. And when I went the next day, well, technically it was today, but to go check up and see how far they'd come along, it was well over 1,500. Like they were pretty much approaching the 2,000 mark on tops in, I think, or tops complete, and then they were finishing off the quilts. But it's really amazing to see them all there, and lots of donors of the companies for like Gamel and APQS and stuff like that were lending out their long arms for people to use to quilt things up, and people were piecing it together, and it was awesome. It was really awesome to see everybody pulling together like that. Okay, so now we're just going to join our rows together, okay? I like working with big blocks like this. I don't know, I think it just adds something so pretty, you know? And then if you did a tiny one, like did the 12-inch, made it like a pillow for the bed, now we're talking. That would be pretty cool. We're just meeting up at the seams, nothing exciting. Just gonna match them up the best we can and stitch on down. Oops, sorry. I'm just trying not to be a lead-foot Larry today. Okay. Do-do. We've had lots of help in the shop getting some of those quilts done, so it's been very nice to have people come in, and even from, you know, from the States, my friend Angie came up and she trimmed and bound 2 1/4. You know, she had everything ready to go for the third one, and it was nice. And then Mandy dropped all those quilt tops off, and then all the squares. And I dropped all those squares off, so all those squares will get mixed into other quilts. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the fact that we doubled it, like really, we're just so Canadian. Just goes to show you, overachievers all the way. All right, so there's that one. Hold on, this is our second row. First added to second row, okay? And then we'll add our fourth and third together, and then add them to the second and first. I find it easier to work with that way. You're not dealing with so much flopping off to the side here. So, So I never knew how to use a pounce pad before this weekend, or this week, from Miss Sue Patton. And I literally thought a pounce pad was you smack the crap out of stuff. You know, like seriously, that's what it's for. And to me, I'm like, I'm not really interested in that. It reminds me of cleaning the chalkboards at school. No thanks. So, but I actually learned how to use it this week, and stencils. And so I'm very excited, and I'm going to be looking for some sales on both. But she did highly recommend the white one. The blue and the pink are very questionable whether they stay around. You get any heat near them, they're in for life, that sort of thing. But apparently the white one, you can, if you did like a whole cloth or something like that and you had chalk everywhere, you toss that thing in the dryer and it all disappears apparently. So I'm like on it. So I'm very excited to be trying new things coming up. So I'll have to be making the quilts to try the new things on too. So there's lots of quilts. I want to make the book quilt, the bookshelf quilt. But I really want to sit down and concentrate on and figure out what the books I have read since I was a wee little knee-high to a grasshopper, and my favorite ones of that. And go on from there. And some of my families, you know, I want to make sure that theirs is on there because I didn't want it to be just you know, it's not my bookshelf only, but, and I thought it'd be nice to just hang it up in the shop here. Put some little, you know, quilting books in there and, you know, crafty books in there. And since I have the embroidery machine, I can embroider the words up, right? All right, so there's 4 and 3. And then we're going to add them together. And then we'll add this 4 or pack to that pack, and then we're rocking. And we're almost done. The cat's very toodful this afternoon. Aren't you, Clive? I think because nobody was home to love him for a while. He's a high maintenance cat. He really is. Anybody who's been to the shop can, you know, confirm that. And the chicks are getting big. They're outside. I will take a short video of them, and hopefully we can attach it to the end of this, and you can see the little chicks. They're getting big, and they're getting a little gangly sort of thing, more like T-Rexy look like, you know. You can see where the dinosaurs really, you know, dinosaurs are still around in chickens. All right, just lining this up. But I'm looking forward to them being able to lay eggs come this fall and into winter. We have a nice insulated and heated coop, so there should be no issues there. And the light that we have in there too helps with the daylight to make sure that they get enough sun. Other than that, they can't lay eggs. So, all right, now we're gonna stick this 16 pack next to that 16 pack. Oh, got itchy nose. Okay. Now the solids are out in the corner, so we want to make sure we're doing that. And of course I will give this a good old press, but for time's sake, because it's so bulky to deal with, I will press it all afterwards. Okay, so that goes out in that, hold on, wait a second, there we go, that corner. Yes, that corner. And these two go together. Okay. All right, at least that should be what I think. Let's just double check. I guess I do a little flip. No, I think I got one of these wrong here. Hold on. All right, un momento. Can I get this? No, it wouldn't be that corner. All right, what did I mess up here? Oh, okay, it was me. This one actually should be reversed. So it was one I did before we got on camera. And that's, it seemed like that whole row is off. So I thought maybe did I do the whole, what the heck, how heck did I do wrong? Okay, so that one's got to turn, that one's got to turn, that one's got to turn, unless I did this wrong. Was this corner? Was that corner? Sometimes it's all fun here in the quilt shop. That's what happens when you start projects, you know, partially the way. Okay, I think we got this. Right. Except for these two are a little confusing. That would be the 4th. They're supposed to. Okay, so that's right. This is not. This square is. This square is not. It should be reversed. Okay, so we did figure it out, but it was just the wrong corner. Okay, all right. Give me a few moments and we will be right back. Okay, so let's fix this boo-boo first. Okay. Lay it out where it's supposed to. Right? Because that would be that square right there. So it meets up with the regular tan. The purple's right above it, and the purple's right next to it. Okay? So we'll sew it on the bottom first, and then we'll sew it to the row. It's very warm here. Please excuse the sweatings. It's been warm all day. All right, so that's that section done. Let's put the last row on. This other one. Thought I haven't fixed my boo-boo because I had some weird wonkadoodle corner. Okay, so now these two together. And I think we're good to go. Oops. Oops, sorry. There we go. Almost there. Thanks for sticking through. See my lovely gray nail polish. Got them all tidied up. Looking pretty. It's like a gray purple. Figured it'd pretty much match anything and I wouldn't have to worry about what I wore. And I wasn't really much for nail polish before, but they really do strengthen your nails. And I feel like I'm less cracking, less breaking, less snapping, less, you know. So. And it's not like they're fake, they're my nails. Just got some little paint on them. Shellac, I think they call it. Makes me feel like this, you know, furniture. You're shellacking the furniture. Shellacking my nails. Okay, now I fixed my bottom row of wackadoodleness. We will put these two together and make a finished top part here. Okay, we are almost there. Okay, this one needs a little trimming for some reason. You got a little big. Where's my cutter? All right, let's trim this one up a little bit. Probably forgot to trim it. Okay, so we are pinning these together. Okay. These two rows, okay? Well, more like two big squares, but two sections, whatever you would like to call it. And like I said, it shows you building it up row by row, but for the purpose of filming and stuff like that, I figured it'd be easier just to show you one big chunk, one big corner section. And then if you break it down like that, maybe it won't be so, you know, even overwhelming at having, you know, it's only 64 squares when you think about it. It's not that bad, right? For the whole thing. Okay, We'll sew these down, these two together. Do. Northcott had a spin wheel there where you could spin and get a little prize package, but the line was so long when I went to go, I'm like, I'll go visit the people in the quilting bee. But there you go, walk away, some good stuff. There was like kits and fat quarters and chunks of like groups of fat quarters and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so this should be our top half. All ready to go. Okay, here we go. And now I'm going to pin that to the bottom half that I already have done. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this here for a moment. Get the other one from up here. Uncover Jason's quilt a bit. Make sure I put my gray corners to the outside. I'm going to line them up. Pin it all the way. Okay. And then I'll sew it, and then I'll stand up and you can see it all done. Hopefully it looks really good. Okay, make sure you pin. Every little intersection. And once you get it together and you find, oh, I don't like those two pieces together, or, you know, whatever, then it's your choice to change it, right? You know, oh, those two are matchy-matchy, I don't like them, or, you know, it's up to you. I don't think I've ever worked with so many different colored grays before. It was really quite lovely. Grays and tones of grays. Go. Now, like I said, if anybody has any questions or suggestions, you know, just leave a comment below. We're all ears here at the Mama Pop Quilt Shop and ready and willing to help. We will quilt this up on a long arm Wednesday, but it just won't be the next one. I'd like to finish off the boys' quilts first, and I've got like a sports and more of a truck and car sort of idea for Troy's quilt. So that'll happen on Wednesday. So I hope you tune in for that. I have to say I had a lot of fun on Jason's quilt. I did like a little dunes and did his name on the bottom of it, and I'll put Troy's name on his quilt. I just think there's nothing better than having your name on something. You know what I mean? It's yours. Nobody can walk away with it. Nobody can claim it's theirs. You know, that sort of thing. I like, you know, when you get a pencil with your name on it, or a pencil case, or your booklet, or something like that. It always makes it that much more special. So. At least I think so anyways. That's my thought on it. And because I have a unique name, you know, you can't just go to the store and find a book that says Laura Lynn on it, or a pin that says Laura Lynn on it, or glasses or toothbrush or anything else like that. So almost there. That pin got me. Got me! Didn't draw no blood though. I have the most adorable Band-Aids. Where did they go? Oh, my friend Angie brought them up for me. I didn't tuck them very far because I figured I'd need them very soon. They're probably, oh, here they are. Aren't they cute? Check out, they got scissors, and a little mannequin, a little sewing machine, and a little pin, and a button, and a measuring tape. Totally adorable. That's because, you know, I keep poking myself when I'm over here, so they're going to stay right close to the sewing machine just in case. Are they cute? I kind of hope I don't ever have to use it, but if I do, at least I know I got a very fashionable covered boo-boo. Okay, almost there. You get to see what I've been working on the past couple of nights when I've been coming home from the quilt show. All right, make sure all my needles are out. All righty, I'm gonna stand up here, hold it up, and hopefully it looks good. It looks good from my side. Hopefully I don't see any blocks out of place. I'll take a good look at it later when it's all hung up, and hopefully it looks good. It's quite pretty, isn't it? I like all this, the mixture of fabric colors and stuff like that. The flowers and a bit of solids and a bit like a little honeycomb and some mesh and, I don't know, small squares and flowers and stuff. I think it's really cute. So thank you very much to my friend Angie for donating all the fabric for this. It's been much, much appreciated, and I hope the McDougals will like it. So like I said, I'm going to border it out a couple of times, and we'll go from there. So we'll toss it up there for now until I get the iron on. And I promise I will iron it, okay? So thanks everybody for joining. I think next weekend project we're going to do, like, it's called a hexagon star, and you just take a little hexagon template and a couple of like a rectangle and cut it on an angle, and those are your pieces for the outside of the stars. So super easy. We'll make sure to put a link on it when we do it next week, and you can just easily follow one to cut out your little template, and away you go. So thanks everybody for watching and subscribing and upvoting. We really do appreciate it here at the Mama and Pop Quilt Shop, and let us know what you think. Okay, and thanks everybody for the wonderful comments on my hair. It's a little sweaty today, but I really do love it, and it's so much lighter. So much lighter. And it's kind of nice to see the gray gone, because if I don't see it, then I don't feel it, right? All right, thanks everybody. See you later. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend, and happy Father's Day to all those dads. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. This is one of the little chickadees. Isn't he cute? Hey, cute little legs. Hey, might be rooster. We're not sure. And here's all the other little guys. Hey. Just gonna get their water out so I can top it up. Get the little tray out. Just gave them a little bit of some grub and some strawberries, and they kind of peck at anything right about now. Try and grab another one. There we go. Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's all right, there we go. They're cute. Hey. Just pet their little chest, they like that, or at the top of their head. Yeah, all right, there we go. There we go. They're adorable. 9 little chickadees. They're about 3 weeks old now. Right? Almost. Yeah, actually I think 3 weeks. Bye. Hope you enjoyed.